Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to our random review. Today's random review is Morgiana from 1972, directed by Juraj Herz, the Czech filmmaker, also responsible for The Wonderful Virgin and the Monster, or Beauty and the Beast, and The Cremator, both available on Second Run Blu-ray. The Cremator is also available on Criterion. And this is a German Blu-ray of Morgiana. Unfortunately, there's not that many other Hertz films available with English subtitles or on Blu-ray. So if Second Run are watching, because Morgiana is available on Second Run DVD, or if Radiance Films are watching, we could do with some more Juraj Herz, because The Cremator and Virgin and the Monster are both spectacularly good, and this film is spectacularly odd. This is a German Blu-ray, which does have a very nice booklet. It is in German, so if you don't sprechen Sie Deutsch, you might not understand the booklet. But it says a very interesting release, because it has two scenes, one from The Virgin and the Monster and another one from Her's vampire car film, which looks intriguing. That is available in a German media book, which is very expensive Blu-ray, but I'm not sure whether that's got English subtitles or not. You can let me know if there's any Herz films that have actually got English subtitles apart from these three. But it also has the soundtrack included in the Blu-ray, actually track by track, and you can just play it and listen to the soundtrack, which is a nice little thing that maybe more Blu-ray companies should actually include. Rather than having a CD, you can just listen to the soundtrack on the Blu-ray. So the film itself is another kind of fairy tale based on a novel. It's the familiar story of two sisters, both played by Eva Janazarova, which I've probably butchered her name. Apologies to the Janazarova family. And it's the good sister and the bad sister. You know, we've seen it before. The film opens on a close-up of a funeral procession in the coffin. Their father has died, and he's left all the money to Clara, who's the good sister, which we can tell because she's in virginal white, and he hasn't left anything to Victoria or Vicky, the bad sister, and we can tell she's bad because she wears black and red most of the time. Morgiana is Vicky's cat, which we see the world through the cat's eyes using fisheye lenses, which is very odd because Herz uses fisheye lenses at other points during the film where the cat's not there. Or is she? She's a nice little Siamese. And Victoria goes to a tarot reading with this woman who tells her that, strangely enough, she has a blockage in her way to money and land and success, which is her sister. So she buys a liquid that will slowly poison her sister, give her hallucinations. There are a couple of suitors for Clara who are obviously concerned. There's a wonderful little doctor character who provides some comic relief. But it's a familiar story that we've kind of seen before. But the thing that makes it interesting and quite special I would say it's not quite to the Cremator and the Virgin and the Monster level, but it's still well worth watching if you're that way inclined. If you're in the right mood for it, you might not like it if you're not. But if you liked the Cremator and Virgin and the Monster, there's a pretty good chance you can like Morgiana. It's the way the story is told, because it's one actress playing two characters. There's obviously that crossover of identity, and Victoria does try out the poison on certain things. But again, it's the way Herz tells the story, using strange camera angles, the music, the hallucinations are shot very much like the stereotypical fever dream. It has that kind of feel of a fairy tale. The costumes are absolutely gorgeous. The makeup, certainly on Vicky's character, is very wicked stepsister, wicked stepmother type makeup. Everything is very heightened. There's lots of zooming cameras and quick cuts. Again, it's perhaps not to everybody's taste, but the colours are just wonderful, and the overall feel of the film. There is a kind of meshes in the afternoon feel to the film, not just the kind of architecture of the two houses that are featured, but it just kind of has that odd kind of feel to the film. It can be seen as a kind of vampire film as well, to some extent, but it just has this very strange and odd atmosphere, the same way that the Virgin and the Monster has a kind of dark fairy tale feel. And like I said, unfortunately, there's lots of Herz films that just aren't available with English dubs, or just aren't available, or English subtitles, I mean. Like his Vampire Car film. So again, there's not a lot to talk about as far as the plot. It's a really simple plot. But again, it's just how Herz tells the story through those visual motifs and just wonderful colours and images. Again, even though it's from a book, I can't actually imagine it as a book, because there's obviously not that much there as far as the plot. But this is a perfect example of a film that is pure cinema, just with the colours, the costumes, the music, and that odd atmosphere, and just that fever dream type feel, which is of course a fairly lazy analysis, but if you watch the film you might kind of understand why I'm being lazy and calling it a bit like a fever dream. So thanks very much for watching. I mean, that's 3 for 3 of the films that I've seen for Herz. They're all fantastic in their own special little ways, and Morgiana is no different. So thanks so much for watching. Please let me know if you've seen Morgiana and what you think of it. And again, please do tell me if there's English subtitle versions of other Herz films, because I can't seem to find any. But hopefully we'll get a little more of his films released, hopefully by second run. So thanks so much for watching. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, saying farewell.